Hi guys, welcome back to IELTS Master. This is video number 47. Today we will continue to explore writing task 2 and we will focus on discussing other people's opinions. In one of the previous videos we talked about how you can mention other people's opinions. But today we'll learn how to discuss their opinions. There's a difference, right? Mentioning something and discussing something are two entirely different ball games. Now first we're going to take a look at discussing people's opinions and then we'll learn how to give good examples. I have this task for you. Some people believe that art should receive subsidies and sponsorship from government and big companies. Others feel such spending is a luxury and it would be better if it were invested in scientific projects. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Now the task is very important. You discuss both views. So here, first you're gonna have to talk about other people's opinions first. And then you will give your opinion later. Alright? So the first opinion is that money from the government should go to arts. The second opinion is this money should go to scientific projects. So discuss them, arts and science, and then give your opinion. Which one is gonna be better for investment? Now, look at this sample paragraph. Read it for about 15 seconds. So let's say, what is this paragraph about? Is it about arts or about science? Certainly this is about art. We say many people feel strongly that arts projects like activism blah blah should be helped financially by the government and big companies. This paragraph focuses on why the government should give money to arts projects. Okay. And we see, how do we know that this is another person's opinion? Looking at the phrase. Many people feel strongly that. This is not my idea, this is other people's idea, right? And then we continue by saying, they argue that, right? They take this opinion and they argue that blah blah blah. Okay. Now, pay attention to that structure which I've just given you. Some people think that amateur arts groups should be encouraged. They argue that such groups help to develop talent and bring people together. First, you mention that this is somebody else's idea, and then you mention their argument by saying they argue that. Alright? What some other phrases can we use? We have lots of them. Like it is argued by some people that teachers have a relaxing job. They claim that teachers go on vacation too often. Well, maybe. So they claim that it's going to be another way. Or yet others believe that. Others believe that English is very important. They feel that without English they cannot do anything. Or we can have phrases like, many people think that. They maintain that. Or we can have a commonly held belief is that. They argue that. And finally, we have some people feel that, they argue that, alright? The point is, here you're trying to learn how to mention other people's ideas with these phrases, these phrases, these phrases. And then you mention their arguments by stating how they argue, how they claim, how they feel. That's it. Now, I have this statement. Science is dull and boring. I want you to turn it into somebody else's idea. For example, it is argued by some people that science is dull and boring. They claim that scientists are confined in their own labs without contact to the outside world. So first we introduce and then we state their arguments. We state their reasons. Alright? Let's continue with these two. Number one, the work of artists should be censored. Number two, science is now playing a more important role in our lives than in the past. 30 seconds for you to think. Go. I think this is enough time. Now let's take a look at the first task. The work of artists should be censored. That means their content has to be supervised first. And like check to see whether this is appropriate for the public or not. Now, how do you turn that into somebody else's idea? We can say something like, what? Very easy. For example, we say that many people think that the work of artists should be censored. They argue that not all works of art are purely artistic, but can carry messages harmful to the political status of a country. Right, introduce and then state their argument. We do the same for the second task. Science is now playing an important role in our lives than in the past. How do you turn that into somebody else's idea? By doing so. A commonly held belief is that science is not playing anymore. Yeah, you add a phrase just so. And people maintain that scientific developments and inventions are completely changing every aspect of our life. Right, very simple. We add a phrase that introduces their ideas and we add another phrase that introduces their reasons. That is how we discuss other people's opinions. And now let's talk about giving examples. After we have stated how they argue, we might want to give an example. So we need phrases to introduce example. For example, a good example here is where a young artist joins a local group and progresses onto TV work. Some of the other phrases can be, for example, for instance, a case in point is, a very good example here is, or take something for example. Learn these phrases, they're going to be beneficial for your writing as you want to contain examples, right? Then, in this very short video, I was talking to you about how you can discuss other people's opinions. Remember, you got to mention their opinions first, and then you introduce their argument by appropriate phrases. You may want to give more examples, and when you give examples, choose a phrase for your example, right? Thank you very much. That is enough for this video. Review it and do the exercises that follow. I will see you in video number 48. We will continue to discuss task 2 in the IELTS writing.